Presented by Watch God Work, let's dive in. Before we move forward, do remember to hit like, subscribe and drop a comment below. Now, focusing our attention to the vibrant 1960s amidst a thriving comedy scene, a voice emerged, unique in its wit and pointed in its commentary. This voice was none other than Dick Gregory's. Born in the heartland of America, Gregory's journey is an inspiring saga of bravery and conviction. His comedy, intertwined with keen societal observations, propelled him into the spotlight. In an era when the world was wrestling with matters of race and inequality, Gregory's humour became a potent medium for social commentary. More than just a comedian, he was a beacon of enlightenment, employing laughter as a weapon to illuminate the harsh realities of society. His stand-up acts were not mere performances, they were a reflection of the world around him, replete with satire that stirred thought and instigated dialogue. Gregory's humour was not merely for amusement, it was a commentary on society, a mirror reflecting its visage. His unique comedic style was his method of challenging the status quo and demanding transformation, one chuckle at a time. The spotlight dims, the laughter subsides, and a new chapter begins in Gregory's life. The shift is as profound as it is unexpected. From the stage, where he had skillfully used humour to shine a light on the harsh realities of race, poverty and inequality, Gregory steps into the streets, joining the chorus of voices demanding change. His wit and charisma, once harnessed to entertain, are now weapons in the fight for civil rights. But Gregory doesn't stop there. He embraces fasting, an age-old practice with deep spiritual roots, as a form of protest. It's a bold move, a personal sacrifice for a collective cause. The hunger gnaws, but it also fuels his determination, amplifying his voice in a society often deaf to the pleas of the marginalized. The comedian had transformed into an activist, a bold new role that would define his legacy. No longer just a performer, Gregory had become a beacon of resistance, a symbol of the struggle for equality. Driven by a newfound purpose, Gregory adopts a radical form of protest: fasting. It's an unconventional method, yet deeply powerful. Gregory chooses to abstain from food, to starve himself willingly, not as a form of self-destruction, but as a poignant symbol of the hunger and desperation experienced by millions due to racial inequality and poverty. His decision, bold and shocking, resonates with a raw, unflinching honesty. Yet this path is not without its perils. His family and friends watch in concern. They fear for his health, for the toll this extreme form of protest might take on his body. But Gregory stands firm, driven by a conviction stronger than the pangs of hunger. His commitment is unwavering, his message clear. He will fast until the world pays attention, until the cries of the oppressed are heard. In silence and emptiness, Gregory found a loud and powerful voice against injustice. As Gregory's fast continues, a buzz begins to grow, reaching far beyond his immediate circle. Suddenly, the comedian-turned-activist was no longer just a familiar face on stage, but a figure of national interest. News outlets, both local and national, began to pick up the story of his hunger strike. The headlines were ablaze, talking about this man who had traded in his laughter for a cause that was as raw as it was real. Every day he went without food, the nation watched, collectively holding its breath. His fast became a powerful symbol, a rallying cry for those yearning for social change. It was a silent protest, yet it echoed across the country, amplifying the voices of those who had been silenced for too long. His fast was not just an act of defiance, but a beacon, calling attention to the struggles of millions. Gregory's journey was not just about protest, it was an exploration of the human body and soul. As he delved deeper into his fasting journey, Dick Gregory soon realized the significance of nutrition and holistic health. It was no longer just about abstaining from food to make a point. It was about understanding what went into his body and how it affected him. Hungry for knowledge, Gregory began to educate himself on the importance of a balanced diet and natural remedies. He discovered the profound impact of wholesome food and the healing power of nature. This newfound knowledge was not something he kept to himself. He saw the need for healthier lifestyles, particularly in African American communities where access to quality nutrition was often limited. Gregory became an advocate for better health, using his platform to raise awareness about the importance of a healthy diet and lifestyle. His fast was also a journey of self-discovery, a testament to the power of the human spirit. Gregory's path crossed with other great minds of the era, united by a common cause. Among them were monumental figures of the civil rights movement, such as Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. These meetings weren't just casual encounters, they were pivotal moments of exchange and learning. They engaged in profound discussions, exploring the role of fasting in their movements. Gregory shared his belief in the power of fasting as a tool for protest. It was more than a personal sacrifice, it was a compelling call to action, a silent yet potent demand for justice. King, a preacher of nonviolent resistance, and Malcolm X, a vocal critic of racial injustice, each had their unique perspectives, yet they found common ground in their broader struggle for equality and acknowledged the potential of fasting as a form of protest. In their unity, they found strength, a collective force against the tides of inequality. As his health waned, Gregory had to make a difficult decision. His body, worn from the hunger strike, could no longer sustain the protest. He chose to break his fast, prioritizing his health. Even as he did so, the impact of his actions reverberated far and wide. His hunger strike had drawn the nation's eyes to the bitter truths of racial injustice and poverty. His fast had ended, but its echoes would resonate for years to come. Gregory's journey was more than a personal quest. It was an inspiration for generations. His steadfast commitment to social change, paired with his innovative use of fasting as a form of protest, left an indelible mark on the civil rights movement and beyond. His work lit a spark, encouraging others to harness the power of fasting in their own advocacy. From the comedy stage to the front lines of protest, Gregory's legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that change begins with a single voice.